Friends, welcome to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about 5 more PlayStation 4 platforming games coming right up. Like all of our other videos, we're going to be putting the ESRB or PEGI or 0 rating up in this corner. This way you know what you're getting into if you decide to pick up the game. The gameplay we're showing, we try to show, is as G-rated as possible. So let's get into it. First game in the video we're going to talk about is called Assault Suit Leynos. And this is a side-scrolling mech platforming game where you destroy other mechs trying to destroy you and those under your protection. It took me a bit to get into the mechanics of the game, but it's not too horrible once you have it down. I will say that the easy really isn't all that easy, and it's probably the best place to start for anyone wanting to pick this game up. There are 3 difficulty options to select from here, and I'm sure that they are definitely challenging. The graphics aren't phenomenal by any means, but they're not horrible either. Digging in, you select your mech loadout. Initially you have just the 6 items, so that's it. But after the first level, you start getting new toys to play with, which do help quite a bit. I want to say that on the 3rd mission, you definitely have to be careful of what you're doing towards the end. You actually want to be inside the ship before it goes down. So land on the platform and walk to the left to get inside of the ship. It's definitely a fun game that you can hop into and out of without too much thinking about it. It's just get in, blow stuff up, and get out. This is a fun little platformer that is probably on the cheap right now. It reminds me of an updated retro game, like they just reskinned an old game, and please understand, I'm not saying that in a negative way. I did find myself getting a little frustrated when they don't tell you you're timed and suddenly your level's over though. It is a fun game. You can hop in and hop out fairly quickly with this. It's mindless, blowing stuff up. There's not much here other than that. Next game on the list is called Celeste, and this one does not have a difficulty setting, so you know it's going to be hard. But they do have 10 different languages you can select from. If you enjoy being frustrated, this game might be right up your alley. The game sets up each screen for you as a stage, and you have to figure out your way through it. You're going to die a lot. A lot. So after the 20th time trying to beat the same level, and guess what? I just don't care. Wait. Hang on, I'm missing something. Oh, that's right, you can climb the walls by holding down the R1 button. That's kind of helpful to remember after not playing this game for some time. Now, could I flip over to YouTube and figure out how to beat each of the levels? Sure, but that's not a fun way to play the game. One nice aspect of the game is that you can save after each level. So when you're frustrated and you rage quit, just remember to save your game first and then rage quit. It's a retro-styled hard-as-nails platformer, where exacting movements are more and more required as you move through the different chapters. One nice aspect of the game is that the loading speed is non-existent. Other than the chapter breaks, there really isn't any. I can see where this game has some appeal to a few people. I just don't like being overly frustrated and spending lots of time on the different levels. It's just not in my wheelhouse. The 3rd game in this video is the Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. Lots of games in here to go through. Regarding options, you've got 7 different languages, 3 different options for setting your screen size, as well as a few filters for smoothing, scan lines, and a clean option for displaying as well. Digging into the gallery, there's a lot of artwork here, as well as some details for different character bios as well, which is fun if that's in your wheelhouse. In this collection, you're getting Mega Man X 1 through 8. There's so much Mega Man X goodness here, it's mind-boggling. Alright, well, they're not all stellar, but as a whole, the collection is good. Keep in mind with this collection of the games that you're getting, Mega Man X3 on the Super Nintendo itself is astronomical. So just that game alone, you're saving a lot of money by getting this compilation disc. I would definitely recommend this for anybody that's interested in the Mega Man franchise. The 4th game in this video is called Blasphemous, and this game is very, very dark. If you are squeamish about blood, I would recommend going to the next chapter now. You've been warned. First off, the whole tone of this game is dark. Like, bathing in the blood of your enemies dark. If you can get past that and the overall dystopian fantasy world that this game revolves around, it's actually a beautiful retro-styled game. The parallax background scrolling as you're progressing through the levels adds a wonderful depth. The background artwork reminds me of the LucasArts days of gaming. The music carries the weight of this game throughout, and the voice acting is great. I always look for the easy setting. I'm not a fan of frustrating games, as you probably know. I didn't find one here, which caused me a bit of concern. But there's definitely a skill level to this game that eases you in. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. There's definitely skill that is learned as you're playing through this game. There is a mini-map that can be pulled up as well, so you can see where you've come from and where you need to go. As for items to pick up, there's a lot here. So much so, some items go on your rosary, some items you pick up are prayers, and you do special magic attacks. It's pretty cool. I'm just floored by the graphics. Between the people tending to the sick or the enemies with their overall freakiness, it's gorgeous. The combat is exacting, and you will definitely learn dodge and parry quickly, or you won't make it very far in this game. I would definitely recommend this game. It's not something that's impossible to get through, but you do have to learn skills as far as dodging and attacking at the right moments to get past some of the monsters. Definitely recommend it though. Last game in this video is called Bloodstained. And if you are a Castlevania fan, this is going to be in your wheelhouse because this is also made by Koji Igarashi. Iga, as he's nicknamed, is one of the primary contributors to some of the best Castlevania games out there. He's the creator of this game. Anyway, enough fangirling, let's discuss this actual game. There's 9 different language options for gameplay, and there's 2 options for the voiceovers in this game as well. Starting up, there's 3 options for difficulty. However, you have to play through the normal to get to hard, and I'm going on the assumption that you'd have to play through hard to get to nightmare. It's all good, I'm not a fan of pain bath, so we'll stick with my normal. I'm a huge Castlevania Symphony of the Night junkie. This game to me is just an updated version of that game. The save rooms, the equipment, all of it. Even the teleport rooms are here. The gameplay is great. Now, I'm on the Switch version, and I've noticed a few issues, but nothing that would prevent me from playing the game. You do also have the minimap option, which you can pull up. One of the cool features of the minimap is when you pull it up, you'll see some fading dots, and that'll show you where you've come from. As the red rooms are the save points, the green rooms let you teleport from one to another. It makes backtracking and moving around the different stages much easier when you find a new one. As you're progressing through the game, you'll come across bookcases that will teach you a special move. It's a nice little touch, but I think if you already know the move, you can just pull it off. You don't need to have picked up the recipe per se to execute the move. The game is beautiful, it's a lot of fun to play. In terms of platforming games, this is definitely one that you should pick up for the collection. Alright friends, there you go. 5 more PlayStation 4 platforming games. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give us a like. If you want to get notified of when we release videos, hit the subscribe button. Other than that, have a good one. Be good to each other. Thanks for watching.